Live now. Hopefully everything's good. Hopefully nobody's going to think something wrong.
Let me see. Did I get an alert? No alert yet.
It's probably going to be like a minute, maybe.
Yeah, probably. It's behind stream, right? Oh,
Yeah.
no, it says live. Oh, there we are.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're here. We're hanging out.
You get to see my messy office.
Well, you get to see my messy office. Well,
plus there's a wall.
Just the wall. It's everything behind this computer that's the awful part there.
It's the awful part, yeah. No, so I have behind me the office tour. We have, so that shelf is all Legos and board games. Over there is there's a ton of bulk, and then over here, my messy part, we have board games and things, and then down here is my
your station.
My station.
Yeah,
it's my cutting station.
Hell yeah!
So I'm going to try not to show my butt while I'm
try not to show your butt. Try not.
So we got here. All right. So we're going to talk about Sage tonight.
Yeah.
So I made this for Kevin Smurf Murphy. He doesn't know this yet. I'm going to hand it to him at Worlds.
Ooh, that's going to be nice.
So you can see, like, this is my testing of, like, layerings on the actual character. Like, her whole dress is cut up.
That looks gorgeous.
This one actually needs to go. This is an old one. This one needs to go to one of the Clash Bash winners.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. That's crazy.
And then I'm going to promote this shamelessly. Flesh and Pod are doing the what are they calling it? The 24-hour for nonprofit stream that they're doing.
Yeah.
So I contacted them, and so this is going to be one of the ones I'm going to give them.
Nice.
Nice. And then there's an adult Azure I'm going to give him for that.
Well, good. There you go. That'll be a fun little thing to do. I think it's going to be super. I was going back and forth.
I couldn't decide which one to give him. I was like, oh, it's for nonprofits. Like, I'm just gonna give him.
Right. Yeah. So why not? Right. Just do a little bit of everything. Right. So
I can cut it. I can cut up more.
Yeah. It'll be fine. You'll be good. It's not going to be the last one you make. That's certainly for sure.
Oh no, I'm in the middle of making one. Bang! I'm making for Darth Prentice, aka Greg.
Nice. Greg's getting one too.
Yeah, he got made him a Zen a while ago.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I remember that when it was happening. Gosh. So, hi everybody. Welcome in. How you doing, Topple? Lewis? Yes, nice to see you all here. We're hanging out. So we're just really vibing today. Honestly, this is just an opportunity for those of you who do not know my guest over here. This is Nathaniel, or Nathan, known as the Clash Guy, the sole successor to Mansan's Clash format, and also now artist. Insane, crazy, cool stuff that you get to do with the cutting out of all those and making those shadow box arts. I think it's really cool. If we'll make sure you plug your stuff at the end of the stream or whenever the hell. Honestly, that's fine. Because you put a lot of effort and a lot of time and work into those, and they look super awesome. So if you want something that's probably far more affordable than a Marvel, you hit up Nathan. He's got the stuff.
To say, but usually my stuff is probably about the same as like a young Marvel. So maybe not for the young stuff.
I mean, that's still fine. That's the other cool thing too, right? It's unique. It's a unique way to go about doing it. You don't have to be like, oh, I had to purchase the specific card. It's like you get a little bit extra out of it. It feels good. But
so I started doing it because I couldn't afford the Marvels. So I was like, I'm going to teach myself how to cut this stuff up.
Exactly. Right. Like at that point, just be like, yeah, cool. I'm never going to be able to spend, $100 and some on a Bravo Marvel or anything. Like, let's just cut it out. We'll make one, right? Easy peasy. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So I know. So tonight
yeah.
we wanted to talk about Sage,
Yes.
and I got your takes, and I loved it. So I wanted to actually talk to you about it first before I give any of my takes.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
So what is like? I've seen kind of your initial thoughts, but coming from background of being heavily involved with Commoner and Clash
Mhm.
and moving into Stage, I don't know that you've really talked about it from that standpoint. I'd love to hear you talk about like how you're transitioning into Silver Age.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it kind of still comes down to kind of exactly what we did on the Clash committee, right? Like, it's still all about data, right? It's a new format. LSS doesn't know what's hot right now. We don't know what's hot right now. Things can, we have an idea. It's a little bit easier for us to determine what exactly is like in a good spot right now and what isn't, just because there wasn't any unbans. There were just more bans. So there are cards and heroes that like are not going to be, obviously Nimby Briar is dead. If you had an inkling of probably trying out Nimby Bolton in the format, you're not doing that anymore either. But I do think overall that the young hero formats, it's either really like people find it really overpowered or they really don't. And they're able to find that nice mix. From what I've done testing wise, though, is that fatiguing is harder. So I think that's really where, and I don't know whether or not I feel like this is the correct way to do it, but when they say fast, fun, and affordable fab, which is their like tagline for Silver Age, I think they truly are trying to put an emphasis on the fast part, in just being like, send it, right? Like, literally just send it. You send 20 damage to your opponent has to try and block it. You send 20 damage at your opponent. If your opponent can't block it, you get tempo, you win. Like, I could understand the concept from that, but I do think that there needs to be a push and pull. There needs to be decks that can fight against aggro that are not also just aggro but better, because then everybody's going to play the best aggro deck, right? So it's interesting for sure. Yeah, the armpit says banning Old Knocker really sucked for me. It's Old Knocker was, I mean, Wizard already was kind of in a weird spot in that meta, so I don't know that it was like the worst thing that could have happened, but I do think that there are plenty of opportunities in which like an Old Knocker could have very well given you a one block, and then you could have tapped your hero to get a resource to play Oasis Respite, right? Like, these are opportunities that are still viable. But yeah, I think that my take is like, coming from the Clash committee, and really just like as somebody, as a lover of data, taking it in and not saying, I'm not going to go out the gate and say that this is the best thing that has happened to Flesh and Blood in its entirety of its existence. I think that it is really awesome that they're championing this and that they're wanting other people to ambassador this and to get them on board and have them really learn to kind of play the game at a budget level. But is it going to be the same fun experience as somebody might have in Classic Constructed? I think when you think of it from a level of basic entry, like maybe they have some TCG experience, maybe they're brand new. I think being able to get them into a faster game to understand the basic mechanics makes far more sense than trying to sit them down for a 40-minute game of CC, because it's just not like everybody these days does not have a very good attention span when it comes to learning new things. And so it's just easier to do that. But yeah, I mean, I think, and even commoners same way. I'm just, that's the one thing is we're trying to figure out. And I guess we'll have a deeper conversation about this obviously later too. But with the hero legality, currently everything that is a rare, common, or basic is legal in the Silver Age format. But there is going to be a talk of hero legality at Worlds. There will be they're going to talk about what that is. Yeah, that's what.
Where did they?
That's what's mentioned on that Silver Age article. They're going to talk about. They don't know. We don't know what it is, but a lot of people are under the assumption that it is going to be a rotation and not a LL system. I definitely think that if they're going to do anything of like testing worth, doing it in Silver Age makes more sense because it's a format that takes like if something bad happens to your hero in Silver Age, you don't have to like worry about all the money you invested in your hero and like, oh, I can never play this format again. You might just not be able to play the hero you want to play currently, but I wonder if it's like a rotating. You know how we did with the Clash Bash, where I think it was actually during the last one where we enforced it, where if a hero had won a Clash Bash previously, they were not able to be played in the format in the next Clash Bash, right? Yep. I would not be surprised if they did something along those lines of, you know, X hero gets a lion's share. They win. If they win 3 events in a row, they get the can for the remainder of the year. And then start of next year, after like, you know, 3 new sets have come out, is that still the same meta? Can that hero still be played? But I don't know. I mean, it could be anything. My hope was that they were going to do conquest stuff, and it wasn't going to be a best of 1. I thought it was going to be like, you know, bring 3 decks, ban 1 deck. You know, they're dancing with the concept of best 2 out of 3 with the World Championships this year. So I figured it might be something that is up their alley, but I don't know. That's something further along. But I think I'm just kind of taking a day at a time, enjoying the format, and kind of just expressing it to everybody that it's just affordable to play, and that's the best part.
Yes. So I think for me, I went through a mourning period for a minute, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because you know we invested so much in the Clash.
Yeah.
And now they're coming out with Sage, and people are all excited about it, and we're like, yeah, we've had this for a while. I saw Mansant put out a video. It was like, oh, what's this? Basically, you know, in a very like Mansant way, not trying to be mean because he works for them, but more of like we knew this a while ago. Like, people want this.
Yeah.
When I first saw the ban list, I was very unhappy with it. And then I Project Blue. And then I started playing it. And then I started really liking the ban list. Because it makes everybody really fill in their role.
Yeah.
So like if you want to be a defensive deck, you have to invest in a defensive deck. You can't just be like, hey, I'm Brian, I'm going to throw in some 0-for-4s in here as well.
Right.
0-for-4 D-Rex, obviously. And it also makes it so that blocks are more valuable. So at first I hated it on paper, and then I started playing it and I liked it. I hate Snapdragon's ban, but I also realized they're trying to make space. Right? Everybody's going to play Snapdragons if that's what's available.
Yeah. So
as I've played it a little more, I've actually really enjoyed it. I think the stream made what was surprising to me from the stream was that it wasn't just a, hey, this is a Blitz replacement. It was a, hey, this is a whole nother competitive format.
Yeah.
Because Blitz has always just been kind of like, oh, here's Blitz. Here you go. And then pushing it as a competitive format. I think that's helped bring some hype, and that's helped me to jump on board a little bit more. The decks, great idea. Great that they're going to make them high powered. I am curious to see if they're going to do exclusives or things like that, or do like what they did with the Pleiades deck, where like they had Pleiades deck, but then the stuff that were right, like you can pull her armor in Super Smash.
Yeah.
In the expansion slot. So I'd love to see that. What I would like to see, and well, this might be a good segue into the decks. Number one was like, hey, they need like a Silver Age set, and then being like, hey, we're doing something more in this next set. The only thing I can think of is they're probably just doing a ton of expansion slots for it. because there's no way you could do a whole draftable set.
No. Well, I mean, I guess like draftable, you certainly could, right? Like that's not, but you can't do draftable with like every class, right? So
right. So I am excited though that they're doing 10 right off the bat, right? Like they get one of each hero minus necromancer.
Yeah.
One of each class in there, which allows them to do new printings. Like I could see them doing new cards, like we've done in the armory decks. What I hope that they do is even like take Icelander. You know, we just looked at her, super pretty, super awesome.
Right.
It's all whatever. I'm so excited to give that to Murphy. That was like one of my best cards I've done in a long time. I need to make a couple more of them. But you know, her staff, it drives me nuts that it's on fire.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this needs to be ice. So I'm hoping like even if they do like, hey, same equipment, which they've already alluded to the fact that they're going to do all new suites and things like that. But even if they keep some of the same stuff, I would love to see what they're doing, like with this, with the Reinar deck, right? You got Goliath Gauntlet, but it's Reinar's Goliath Gauntlet.
Yeah. I would love to see more unique arts. And honestly, if that's something that they end up doing, right? If it's we're not going to bring back Waning Moon, but Crucible of Aetherweave is probably going to be like your best bet for Icelander, right? In the Icelander deck, what if we just like we gave it an alternate art and made it look like it was ice instead of fire, right? So I
can already tell you I'm planning on doing a cutout of that and putting ice behind it.
That would be sick. I mean, I think that would be awesome. I think it's really like I mean, for one, obviously from a creativity standpoint, like that's the best part about just being able to like cut stuff from other cards and just be like, cool, this is the way I want it. This is the way I've always wanted it. Like, I don't want it this other way. It's if it's just alternate arts, that's awesome. Honestly, I would love to see alternate arts for things to kind of help personalize the deck. I do know that the one thing that I am kind of at odds about, and it's just from other people in the community that I've also spoken with, getting kind of burned on it, is that depending on where you're located, the armory deck situation has been like either really bad or really good for a community. We out here in Colorado, we get a ton of armory decks. We have tons of population at several LGSs out here. So there's always allocation for armory decks. We never really have an issue with not finding them anywhere. And so we have an abundance. But folks in other states often will say, yeah, well, like my local area, there's not there's like 5 LGS in the matter of like a 20-mile radius, and none of them were able to get any armory deck allocation, even though they still fire every day and it's like 6 people. And so my fear is that, and also that's, I guess, the other thing, when they do get allocation, enfranchised players are usually the ones to purchase those first before a new player does, because they have exclusive cards inside of them. So if these new pre-con decks have exclusive cards in them that are not alternate arts, right? They can give extended art cards. They can do whatever the hell they want with an art treatment, right? But if there's specific cards that only come in these booster decks, in these structure decks, as opposed to, the cards just being in pen, right? In set 18. That's where I'm going to kind of feel a little weird, because I know that I'll have no problem getting them. But that doesn't help the issue that's happening across the globe, in which if you're trying to build a community, and especially if you're an LGS that cares about Flesh and Blood and you want to see these on your shelves to give to new players, if you can't get them because everybody else is buying them because they have exclusive rares in there that somebody's going to try and use, not even for Project, or not even for Silver Age, but for like Classic Constructed or something, that's where my thought process becomes a little bit more I have my worries. But it's not it's only a worry. Obviously I hope that what's going to happen is everybody who's eligible is going to be able to get a ton of product for it, just to start building a community. I also think that oddly enough, they said it on the Silver Age product page or the marketing page or something. I think like only certain amounts of gem stores that hit a certain metric are able to purchase them, which I still don't like that that's the case. Because
I could see them using it, doing that initially just to make sure the products get out there to like the stores that are going to have
people who already play, right?
But I think it's a perfect. I'm going to bet they're going to get it too when they start onboarding stores. It's going to be part of it where those go out there.
That's my hope. That's my hope, is that like that's the new, like, oh, you just became a store for that associated with Gem. Here's 2 cases of Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, Silver Age decks, and also promos to give out for your locals for running Sage events or whatever, right? That would be sick. But I don't know. I mean, it's really just that's logistics too far down in the future. I think right now what a lot of people are just worried about is it going to be a fun format, right? And so, have you done like a ton of testing or anything into some stuff like recently after learning about the bans, or have you? How quickly did you make Olympia work in the format? Is what I need to know, because I know you're the guy to know about Olympia in these formats.
So close. He's almost there. Almost there. He's just a little too slow. I don't think he's going to quite make it. No, I did actually try Big Axe with him, and I did not like that style of gameplay, but I think that's the way you're going to win with him.
Yeah.
So one of the things I first always do with stuff like this is I try to get Assassin to work.
Yeah,
I have a love-hate relationship with Assassin. I hate Assassin in CC. I love Assassin in Limited.
Mm-hmm.
Limited Assassin is like my favorite. So I immediately tried all the Assassins. Okay, I did not try all of them. I didn't do contracts. We're not doing contracts. We're not.
Don't worry, you can watch my video that I came out with earlier if you want to know what contracts are like. They're still bad. I hate to break it to you. They're still bad. It's still hard to do.
So I quickly found out Slippy. I don't think he's there.
Yeah.
And I think I messed with Slippy a little bit, and I think the way you have to build Slippy is probably a mixture of self attacks with contracts, and contracts once again just aren't quite there.
Right.
You get a bad hand, like it's just not doable.
Yeah.
I messed with Web of Deceit.
Mm-hmm.
Still not quite there. A Web of Deceit in Limited is like one of my favorite to play. Like I actually, maybe I'm one of the few people that liked Hunted, but I actually enjoyed Limited.
I liked Hunted a lot. I think it was I had such a fear of playing Arachne in Hunted Limited because there were a whole set of armor that just said, I hope you didn't play Arachne because I'm gonna absolutely kill you. And I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. Calm down. Like, I'm just trying to play the game.
No, I loved playing Arachne in that. And so you get a little bit of that feel. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not quite there yet, or a better Arachne player needs to play there.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you need to play a little bit more, go a little bit more into a dagger build, like what they do in CC now.
Yeah.
Once again, I played a lot of Limited as well, CC and not CC, so I'm not really sure how I build that.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
I tried New. New is also absolutely my favorite one to play.
She's got to be the best, right? Like she's got to be the best.
Yes, she's really good and really bad simultaneously. Her matchups are very polarizing, but sending a Macho Grande for 7 at a Terra is very satisfying.
Very, very much so. Very much so. Because that's the thing. They're not going to take out their good blues just because New exists as one of the 53 heroes that exist in the format. Like, they're not going to be like, oh, what are my odds that I play against New? But the second they do, it's like, yeah, cool. Chi, banish stop card of your deck. Oh, Macho Grande, die? Cool.
I did a stupid one too. So I did Armpit. I gave up on Olympia. I know. I'm going to make it work. Olympia, though, actually in So the reason why I always go Olympia over Kasai in Clash is
Hmm.
actually the armor suite. I like the 2 block, right? We get the 3 block helmet essentially.
Hmm.
In a lower health format, that's actually huge.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he can be viable. It's kind of explosive right now. But yeah, so with new, I did a stealth attack with Slither into that. So like I banished it, banished a blue card, then I
Hmm.
did, then I did my chi, and then I which hit another blue card, and then Macho Grande him. It was very fun.
Crazy.
He ended up quitting. I think he rage quit.
I would imagine. I'd imagine. I don't think there are a lot of that's one of the things about evergreen formats like this, at least as evergreen as they're going to be right now. The just being able to play against something that you did not have the opportunity to play against when you started. Uh there are some people out there who have like never played into Dromai ever in their lives, and
Right.
for me to be like, here's Dromai, I think everybody's initial response is, this is the most busted thing I've ever played against in my life. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Hours.
what do you do? And it's just like, oh yeah, cool. Like, you need to have 6 power or more in your deck. And if you're playing, if you're playing in a different world in which you're playing like Runeblade or something, like, sure, you could probably get over my stuff, but you're probably not killing my dragons. And like, some people don't even know you can target the dragons. So there's a lot. And so when it comes to like new, she's still fairly, fairly new, but pardon my pun, to Flesh and Blood. But still, there are people who are like just joining after like the Hunted or even into High Seas, and they never got the opportunity to do that. And so it is, it's nice to be able to kind of sneak that through and have people like, oh, wait, that's busted.
And I've seen a lot of Necromancer.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if I was playing new, I would probably just wipe the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think the most busted decks though, because I've been testing out Briar.
Yeah.
Briar's still ridiculous even without NIMBY. I actually don't like I was a big Briar player. And I don't like the Redliner list.
Right. Are you still on the fatigue build?
Oh, I tried.
Did you?
Fatigue build.
No. I guess, yeah, you don't have sync belows and stuff like that, right? So it's
very close. No, the main thing is the weapon, not having the scythe, because the scythe allowed you to be like, hey, I'm going to block out and then I'm going to swing split damage at you always.
That's right.
So 1 damage plus 3 damage.
Yeah.
That in and of itself. I've won a couple games. I did try Fatigue Briar. I've won a couple games. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
It's like I always felt like in Clash with Fatigue Briar is it was my game to lose.
Yeah.
So if I like you have to play very like almost perfect, but if you don't, you lose. But it's like it's based off of your decisions, not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like that's how I always felt like.
Yeah,
I always felt like every single one I could win.
Right. Like if you punt a line, that was your loss, right? It's like, okay, like if I didn't play perfectly, because I didn't play perfectly, they got the upper hand. I lost that game because I misstepped, right? Like,
yeah,
that's kind of the whole thing. You are in the driver's seat from step one, even if you have a less life total than your opponent, right? It's like you're still constantly like, I know I'm going to be able to set these things up. I know I'm going to be able to present this damage. And at the end of the day, you're not going to have any cards left in your deck. I'm going to still be able to send big damage at you. You'll die. Like,
yeah,
that'll be it.
I did it a couple times. I've won a couple times with them. It's just not very fun. But I like Nebula Blade, Briar actually.
Interesting.
Is what I've been testing, and that's probably I actually think that's the better version of Briar with NIMBY gone.
Really?
Because yeah. The other fun thing is that you can fleet-footed sandals or whatever. You give your Nebula Blade
go again. Oh my god, you can, because it's got base 1.
Yes, so you can play a non-attack. Like I could play a non-attack, go into that, and then say like I didn't have a setup to do my fours. So I play a non-attack, go into that, and then usually whatever non-attack I played is going to buff my actual attack. So if I play like Nimbalism into my Nebula Blade, which is now 4, when it hits, it's going to do that, fleet-foot it into like Snatch, which is now 7. So
Stands
it
for
opens up
7.
lines
Stands
like
for
that.
7 with a rune chant if it hits, right? Like if Nebula Blade hits. So that's big. I didn't even think about that. I'm on Rotwood Reaper Briar, and I mean honestly,
that
I'm
sounds
not
terrible.
It's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad. I mean, it costs the same as you would if it was Nebula Blade, except it always comes in for 4, like all the time, forever, pretty much. But it is. I do think Nebula Blade has a better shot, just because you're probably playing non-attack actions. But I play her a lot like she's just better Aurora. Honestly, I mean, you get Burn Up Shock. And you get Arcane Seed's Life in the same hero is just like the most insane thing I could think of. And I think it truly is still one of my best decks that I've built by far. And now I have to freaking try the Fleetfoot Sandals on there because I didn't even think about that. That's nuts. And that's always been my thing, too.
It won't work on Rotwood Reaper.
Right. Well, I mean, like, yeah, with Nebula Blade more specifically, I'll probably just swap it out. But like, that's my initial take whenever I'm getting into like building a deck for Solar Rage. Obviously, I've got my A to Z series that I'm doing now, and like I have to do a lot of deck building. And every single time I take a look at a deck, I'm just like, all right, what was it like in Classic Constructed? Can it be like that here? Kind of. Okay. What cards are banned? What cards kind of do the same thing as the banned cards, but like maybe at a worse curve? And how can we just like change those, right?
That you doing that is absolutely nuts, because so you've known me long enough to know, like, I have every single hero built in 5. So I have gone through that, and it has taken me it took me like 2 years to get through all of that. And here you are doing it. I don't know how fast paced you're going.
It'll be pretty quick. It'll be pretty quick. If I have it my way and everything goes according to plan, I should have like, I don't know, maybe like 20 plus of the heroes done by the time Worlds happens. So
which is nuts.
Like, and that's it. I mean, that's practically tomorrow at this rate. But it's honestly, I think it's just because I've been playing Clash and Commoner for so long. I just know what the good cards are, right? I know what the good rate of cards are. Like, if you told me build Briar right now, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm putting in Snatch, I'm putting in Ravenous Rabble, I'm putting in Arcane Seed's Life, Burn Up Shock, Entwine Lightnings. Like, I'm just gonna play Cheerios Briar stuff and just make it happen. And that's really, the deck building becomes so much easier when, of course, like, we've been embedded in this for so long that it's just like, cool, of course I know what I'm going to play in this hero. Like, yeah, okay, Oldhim, yeah, sure. Just put a bunch of Earth cards and like Unmovable, and you're just like, you're good. You don't have to worry about anything. Swing Titan, Swiss Pass.
You do Frostfang's Pummels all day long.
No,
all day long.
No. I guess to be fair, if they did, because they have not banned Pummel, I think it's probably worth it to do it, just because it's like, show LSS why you should have banned this card.
So I will actually say, like, because that's how I play him in Clash, and actually he's better in Clash in that build than he is in this, because it's not great, because the aggro things are so aggro-y in Silver Age. I almost said Project Blue. Like, I feel like they're much more, because there's not as many defensive tools.
Right.
You can't get away with doing setups that Frostfang Pummel requires.
Right.
And then you have a 12 2-blocks in your deck.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have a whole lot.
It's still fun. It's still, Frostfang Pummel is still probably the nastiest thing you could do to people in this game. Like, by far. Frostfang Pummel hurts so much. But it's, you don't just throw all of them in there.
You know what else you can do in that same deck? In that same deck, you can Frostfang Pummel and you can Thump Pummel. And those are just another thing you can do to like I think it's insane that
Terra, like that's what I think. Like Terra
does it better for sure.
Terra does it better. Terra is So this is one of the things that I've been looking at is you get a lot of heroes that do a lot of similar things. So
Right.
like what you said, like Aurora, like I look at Aurora and I look at Florian and I look at Briar and go, why would I play Aurora or Florian?
Right.
Briar can just do it
Yeah.
better. The only reason why and the only reason why I would think about doing um Florian is if I was trying to do kind of an OTK thing because the
Hmm.
staff is still legal if I remember correctly.
Scepter of Pain is legal. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you can do a like probably a Scepter of Pain build with him.
Yep.
I could see that maybe being decent. But Terra and Oldhim feel like they would be in similar veins, but they're not. Like they're really, really not. Same with like the Guardians. I look at the Guardians and a lot of them it's like, all right, I'm gonna play the new the new Bravo. Like if I'm playing a normal
Right.
Guardian, new Bravo is probably the one to go.
Yeah.
Because he's just basically like everybody else, just better.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it's literally,
Like,
it's Bravo, except you get +2 on your stuff. And like,
yes.
that's already better. Like because Flattering Showman exists, there is absolutely no reason you should just be playing regular Bravo. Like,
Or even any of them, really. Like you could get the only other Guardian that's maybe worth normal Guardian is uh the mean one. What's his name?
Life?
Well, no, that his brother.
Victor.
Oh, Victor.
Yeah.
Lieth is a that's a talent, so that's different.
Yeah.
But like for a normal one, Victor, he's different enough to play, but it's like so there's a lot of Guardians, there's a lot of classes, a lot of heroes that kind of live in the same universe that I look at. Like for instance, we can Warrior is a perfect example, right?
Mhm.
We get Kasai, we got two different Kasais.
Yeah.
We get Olympia, we have Dory with two different Dories,
Yeah.
technically.
Well, no. Well, I mean, in the same vein, right? Because you can run. Are you going to run? Uh, like
is there stuff at Majestic?
Yeah, Quicksilver is Majestic.
Oh, okay.
So we just have one Dory. Multiple ways to build that
Yeah.
Dory, but it's yeah.
So we got one Dory, and then missing some warriors. Oh, Light Warrior, Bolton. Like I look at them all, and Bolton in this one would have to be built probably Axe's Bolton because he doesn't have a sword.
Yeah.
So they all live within the same thing, and if you look at all that, it's like okay, Dory or Kasai. Those are really good choices.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. You could be like me, where I'm going to try to get Olympia to work in some form or fashion. Olympia is going to work in there.
I mean, I still think as much as I don't, they've really pushed aside a lot of the fatigue stuff, but I still think Decimate or Great Axe is such like a puzzle that your aggro opponent has to figure out that it just makes it insanely more valuable for you to play that and play like, I mean, you get 6 copies of Steelblade Shunt. That's just a crazy thing that you get to do in Warrior. Like one of the best value D-reacts you've ever had next to like Staunch Response. Like it's crazy in a format with no D-react, like nearly no generic D-reacts, like not a whole bunch of like super big value. I think like the only other one that's like, I think personally the best is Reduced to Rune Chant. But outside of that, like it's pretty good just to be like, cool. All right. Block 6 on your attack. If it's a weapon, ping you for 1. Like there's ways to win on that.
Yeah. So I think I'm curious to see how it's going to play out overall because they definitely. I think I told you this a while ago in Clash when I probably at the beginning of the year, how I felt like the go tall decks were better overall than the go wide decks and lower hero and the low health format. They're just requiring more cards. You're going to hit fatigue sooner, which can be a real thing.
Yeah,
and a 40 card thing. So I always felt like the go tall decks tend to have it a little bit more because it just requires less setup. I can block to do all that. One of the things I think a lot of people that I've been playing online with, I probably block too much, but you have to. I play a lot of draft. Like you have to block more than the people who are in CC are used to.
Right.
You just have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually terrible at CC now because I block too much. Like I just do.
I got a hero for you. It's Arachne Huntsman. All I do is block. That hero just blocks. It's crazy.
I just block too much. So but like you just have to block more than I think people are used to.
Yeah.
But with that, now that they've gotten rid of all those 0-4-4s, it now makes those go tall heroes probably worse because now it's like I'm gonna put in those big unmovables and those things like that everyone can put in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm playing new. I have unmovables in my sideboard. I have like 4 of them for when I'm going against those go tall ones. And so now, what that does though for the format is your Briars become better.
Yeah.
Your Ira. Oh my God, Ira.
Ira's insane. I still cannot wait till I get to Ira in this A to Z stuff. I probably build her before then just for worlds. Because
I'll send you a deck. I got smashed by one. I was turn 0 and they dealt 6 or no, they dealt 8 damage to me and I blocked everything. I blocked with everything I could and they still got 8 damage to me.
What the hell?
So imagine starting your Briar game at 12 health. No, so they did Kadachi 0 for 1. So I go, all right, I'm not gonna block that one.
Right.
Cool. Then they did the one that gives +1 and go again if you got hit by a dagger.
Oh, cut through.
0-4 cut through. So then they go into cut through. I go, okay, I'll block that. Okay. Then they went into the one from what is it? Something mind or whatever, like the mind one, where it's like if the last one was a red card, give it +1.
Oh yeah, Ancestry of Body or whatever.
Yes. So then I do that and I block some. And then they did a tiger for 0s, like whatever. Okay, cool. And then they come in then they came in with the sirens for 6, and once it goes away, they
gain a life.
Health.
Right.
So they got 21 health. I was down at 12 health after this.
Oh.
And I think they somewhere in there. I was thinking they did a Kadachi again on me. I think they might have.
Just poked you for one more. Yeah.
I think they busted their hood or whatever. But anyway, so then or their chest.
Right.
So then I'm like, okay. I came back at them with a decent damage, but I'm at 12. They don't care. So they do a couple blocking, whatever, and then they go up 6 and run on me. A red up 6 and run into a Kadachi. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh,
and then
no.
there's something else, and then a Kadachi, and then anyway, so it's a bunch of up 6 and runs and a bunch of all those.
It's just like Living Legend Ira, but in this format. Oof.
Yeah. So you're just looking at that I'm going like, okay. And really, they don't have a lot of 6s in there. There's only a couple, but they're still scary.
Right.
Like they have flying kick and stuff, which is the third one. It gets +5 or whatever. So it's still like you watch it and I go, okay, this is sure they didn't do turtle. They can't do turtle.
Right.
But they're still coming in with an insane amount of damage. And I think one thing I'm noticing in this format is that it's not uncommon to hit 16 plus damage in a turn.
No,
you can do that easily.
It's very easy. It's I think what is it? I played Rhinar recently in a game, and also, mind you, Rhinar's getting 2 new things for Sage in the Armory deck that's coming out for him. But I played Rhinar, and I play a very Intimidate heavy Rhinar because that's just how you win these things. Like, it's literally strip your opponent's options, hit them for a bunch. Turn 0 was play Sigil of Cycles, pitch 2 yellows into a Smash Instinct pass. My opponent blocks, and they draw up, and then they're at like 2 less life than me or something. They send like a Scar for a Scar, and I think like a Sirens or something. I block 3 on my armor, and then I just take 3. They heal 1, pass. My turn is draw. I have a red Barrage and Beatdown, a Bonebreaker Bellow red, a yellow in my hand, I think, and then a red in my hand, a red 6, and then a blue to pitch for things. So all I do is I pop sigil cycles, I discard my red, draw a card. It's another 6. I then intimidate my opponent. 3 cards left in hand. They have 1 card in arsenal. I then proceed to play Barraging Beatdown, intimidate other card out of their hand. Then I play Bonebreaker Bellow. I pitch my blue. I beat chest, get the 6 out of my hand, go ahead and get another +5 on my next brute attack, and they again intimidate. My opponent has 1 card left in hand. It's a red, and they have a red unmovable in their arsenal. And I send 14 on club alone at my opponent, and they can't block it. Like, they can't do it. They can't block it, and so it's just so. And then I proceeded. The next turn was literally Bearfang's red into Beaten Trackers into Bearfang's red, and they just couldn't. Like, you can't do anything about that. That was the most insane thing, and I think we're probably due to see a lot of that still. That's why, like, I think Intimidate's going to be really like kind of a sketch thing, but
Intimidates is easily the best thing that you can do in there, and it's always been that way. That's the reason why Reiner was in there. So I know for me it's getting pretty late.
Yeah,
but we have a question in here that I thought that this might be a good one to end with. Kevin here asks, what heroes are we most excited to try or build for Sage?
Ooh.
So I was gonna say maybe we each pick like our top 3.
Yeah, I'm down with 3. Oh gosh, there's so many. I would like. I mean, I really would like to see if my Decimator Dory deck works as well in here as it did in Commoner. So that would be something I'd like to build. What else?
Why Decimator Dory over Olympia?
I think the possible additional 4 for Refraction Bolters could be there. I do think that if I'm trying to like truly hyper fatigue, Olympia is the better choice, just because you get the better helmet, so you get that value. But I mean, regardless, I think Decimator Warrior really in general is kind of like my big thing there.
I'm just curious, like, if there's like something specific in Dory that you liked over.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much just the I can swing my weapon again with Refraction Bolters. But I think overall that's not too bad. I mean, I'm building Dromai. Like, I Dromai is not a puzzle right now. I think it's pretty spot on what exactly she is. But I always just I love playing around with Dromai. I still feel like she's a very intricate deck that can be different in different ways. And honestly, the loss of Break the Embers isn't like the end of the world because you have Uvia. So Uvia just like poops out dragons. It's pretty good.
That makes it a little bit more fair.
Yeah. And then I don't know. My third one is probably
Briar.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, probably. Briar is just like really good, and I think there's probably not because like I don't even think Chain stands a chance. Like, I think genuinely Briar is one of the, if not the best Runeblade in this format, bar none. Just because, I mean, Burn Up Shock is just such a house of a card. Like, it's insane to be like, cool, I'll shock you for 1, and then also anytime I leak damage, it's an additional boom grenades worth of value. Like, huge stuff. What about you?
I've been putting together my list because I'm transferring all my Clash decks into Sage decks. So I'm in the process of doing that. So I've been putting together a list. So number 1 is absolutely Briar. Briar was my first like hero. I think that was like, yes, this hero speaks to me.
Right.
This hero was back in the day was so busted that we didn't even run Channel Mount Heroic in the CC deck. I had a budget version of her and was running over very big, like,
it's huge.
Out deck. And then Starvo came and just destroyed everybody. But I think for me that's always been number 1. So I think I finally found my build. Surprisingly, it's a weird like I said, the Nebula Blade build,
Right.
which I never thought. I don't know about you, but the Rune Blade options right now, I do not like those options. I don't like a lot of those weapons.
Yeah.
So Nebula Blade, settling on Nebula Blade was sort of a okay. I'll make this work. Like I
Right.
just felt like it had the most in it. Um, let's see here. Other classes. I love Warrior. I will build Kasai. I haven't decided which one yet. I will absolutely build Kasai because
Which one?
Kasai. I don't know yet. I'm deciding. I think the new one. I think we're gonna do the new one because I
Yeah.
really like the swords build, right? Like you pay 3, bring whatever that sword card is.
Yeah, draw swords. Yeah.
Draw swords. Like I really like the sequencing of draw swords into the weapon. Like I just really like that sequencing. But the reason why I started playing Clash like immediately was because I hated Blitz.
Right.
I loved Kasai. Old Kasai. OG
Yeah.
Kasai.
Centauri
And I
Sellsword.
wanted a way to like play it in a fun way. So I'm absolutely gonna build Kasai. And number 3, I'm going back and forth on a number 3 because I'm thinking Icelander because I'm a big Icelander.
True.
I don't think I've played Icelander in any of our Clash Bashes because we have really good wisdom players in there.
Yeah.
But I've always loved playing Icelander in the young format, like specifically in Clash and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, like I have a love for Verdance, as you probably
Yep.
remember. And I think I kind of want to crack her a little bit because I don't think she's not going to play anything like Clash. Like, she
No.
doesn't have any of the
No,
tools.
she's got nothing. Not a whole
She's
lot
got
there.
nothing. So I'm going back and forth on which wizard I'm going to build first. I will probably settle on Icelander, and I will probably leave Verdance for the future because I could see them doing some stuff for her uh in the next set in pen, like stuff to make her work.
I mean, hopefully they give something for wizards to make them happen. I mean, like I keep thinking about Acilio in this meta in Silver Age, and like the benefit of Acilio here compared to Commoner is that you have sigil conductivity, which like effectively will never leave the battlefield. Like you'll always have it out, which means you always have Volzar for free. But I mean, you have blasts and flitterings, but you can make blast lines work in a way, but you also don't have lightning greaves, which is like the thing you need in order for your deck to like actually continue to function.
There was someone who did a really amazing Clash deck of it, and so the only thing that would be different was that they have their spec, which is I say only thing different, like that spec is crazy.
It's huge. I mean, leave the battlefield, draw a card is a lot in a 20 health format.
Yeah, so they like I think he could get somewhere, but he's gonna be very hit and miss. But yeah, those are like what I mess with. I will get around to doing Assassin again. I will get around to new again. I just think for me, if based off of my pick, and Lexi, I've already built Lexi.
Yeah.
I'm not. She's sort of on the back burner right now because if you couldn't see a pattern here, I'm very much an Arya hero.
You do love Arya. You do love Arya a lot. A lot.
Arya is easily my favorite. Like, just my favorite heroes. I will play any of them. I don't even like Guardian, and I'll play Oldhim.
Right.
Terra, I've given Terra a shot. I don't like Guardians, but I've played both of those, and I actually enjoy both of those. I just do stupid things like Frostfang Pummel, where the deck is stupid in the right circumstances, and then it just falls apart when you get bad draws.
Elemental is a hell of a talent, and it certainly does a lot for the meta. It's crazy.
It's so silly, but I think those are the top ones. I'm also approaching it from I'm just gonna leave heroes out right now because with Clash, like as you know, I built everything. I haven't built the last 2 sets.
Right.
I built everything up until the last 2 sets, and I'm like, I'm not gonna build a lot of these things. Like, I'm probably gonna leave Aurora and Florian out for right now.
Yeah.
They don't need to be in there. We got Briar. Let's face it, Mech, the only real one is the dashes.
Yeah.
Um, not touching any other mech in there. Those are it. The warriors, I'll probably figure out which warriors I like. Rune blades. I mean, like, I look at it and I'll probably not do Vincent. Like, I just
Really?
don't.
I think Vincent's pretty fun. I mean, I play Pummel Vincent though in it, so
I do too.
yeah, it does nearly the same as its Clash counterpart. I think it is still so funny because like you're still sending the casual damage. But
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're just kind of like, all right, let me just pummel you,
Yeah,
and then that's it.
I'm
So
going. Yeah, I'm going back and forth on that, and because it's right there, it's only like 3 cards I need to change. I think.
right.
Um, in order to play it. So
Mhm.
I'm debating. I think it's higher up on the list, but I'm not gonna. I think I'm gonna wait a little while.
Yeah,
Just because like Chain has Rune Gate Chain, and I think that might be better.
that's very true. That is very true. I mean, again, go again, large go again attacks. If you're able to do brute numbers on a rune blade, oh, you know what? That honorable mention. I would kill to play KO. KO also has just like intrigued me because they didn't ban Buckwild, and that's just crazy to me. So
Which KO? Which one?
armed heavy hitters KO. I
Okay.
if I'm trying to meme, right, I think is a fun deck to bring. I would still bring Berserker Runt because that's just funny.
Yes.
But
That's
I don't
what I was
think
going for. Like, are we talking
yeah.
about Berserker Run?
Yeah, Berserker Runt would be a
Can't
funny
win.
thing to bring, but I don't. I mean, like, I feel like RKO is going to be a little different, but I
He's
don't
not
know.
good. I haven't seen a good build against him.
I mean, it's probably harder. You don't get to play anything that heals you, and you need to be at higher life for your mocking blows to matter. And when a format calls for Ira to send 14 at you, turn 0, like you don't exactly get to like keep life at that point, so you're not really above. So it's probably a lot harder in that scenario. But
yeah, I've been able to kind of I've faced off against a few of them, and maybe they just weren't good, but they weren't scary.
yeah,
I was able to kind of. It was just like my comfort level in Briar too, but I was just like,
right.
all right, well, I could take this even if they give it plus, or I'll block with. I've blocked with burn up shock so many times and still won games because
Right.
it blocks for 4.
Yeah. So good. So good. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Briar
blocks
is
for 4,
crazy.
with it.
Embodiment,
it's
right? Yeah. It's nuts. I think that yeah,
and do you think
I'm
the
right there
meta?
with you.
So it's 4 minutes over. I do need to drop, but I'm talking business talk. Sorry,
You're
I'm like
good.
looking
You're
at me like
good.
I need to be in bed. But the meta wise, what do you think? I'm thinking Briar, Ira, and I feel like there's probably going to be like a Terra or something up there.
Yeah, there's no way Guardian doesn't make it to the meta. I mean, Guardian literally was doing super well previous in the first Project Blue event that they did.
Yeah, Terra.
Terra won it, and like Oldhim was they already clocked that Oldhim was the best deck in the format, and the only deck to beat that deck was Terra. And so with those both kind of being in relevancy there, I think you're probably on the money there. I think Ira, Briar, is probably World Fi isn't too bad either. But I also think Azalea is still pretty good. Obviously, if you catch them on a turn in which it's like red unmovable, right? Then it's like okay, right? You just shot your arrow at the wrong time. But sending 12 dominate, 14 dominate in a 20 health meta that also has like awful on hits of like give you 2 blood rot pox and also an inertia token, and like that's a lot that's happening, and you don't get a turn to like, okay, cool, I guess I'll just like crack back.
Yeah.
Like you instead just take that damage and then you go, okay, I have to try and kill you, otherwise you're going to do that same thing again and I die to your next arrow. So Azalea probably has a pretty good shot in there too.
Yeah, I would say like my top 5. I'm looking at Azalea. I've died a lot to Azalea the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Azalea, Briar, Azalea, Briar. What was
Ira?
I say? Ira, I think Terra, and I think Rhinar.
Yeah.
I think
That's
those five right there. I think those five are basically going to own it.
yeah.
And then you're going to find some stuff of like, hey, like if Terra becomes dominant, it becomes a, oh well, here comes some news coming out.
I'd be curious to
I,
see how Dash does, just because she is kind of like crazy
fast.
hyper aggro, like really hyper aggro. But I don't know that it's. I mean, the only stuff Dash gets in rare that's like significantly more different is, yeah, I don't even know. I don't think it's
I
anything.
honestly think Dash IO is the better one.
Yeah,
Or
yeah. Boom grenade off the top just kind of like kills you, right? Like that's pretty good. And you're gonna play like symbiosis shot. So if you get action points from cranking, you can
Mhm.
shoot twice, which helps a lot with the end game.
Yep.
Of course, Achilles accelerator and things like that. So I think it's definitely probably a very powerful deck. At least contention for low, like or high A tier, like low S tier of what we're expecting in the meta for sure.
But yeah, I've been a little bit. I've been. Well, my final comment on Sage is I think it's a fantastic format.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a much needed. I love the fact that they're looking at it as competitive. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is going to be like on par, like with CC and Living Legends. How we're pushing, like this is there. I do think that the whole idea of it being evergreen and maybe it's not that they think all heroes are going to be good, but I do think that there's going to be, unless there's, I don't want necessarily see a rotation, but maybe there needs to be like, hey, maybe these guys are done for this season or something, because we will just see the same 3 to 5 decks.
It'll be commoner again. And I think that is something that I hope that this format avoids, because there's a reason a lot of people don't enjoy commoner and haven't for the past 3 years. And it's because if you're not playing Ira, you're not playing you're not playing the best.
I was Icelander for a while. I was like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
Not playing Icelander?
Yeah, and then they banned Manning and it's like, okay, back to Ira. Like it's been like that for years now, and it's fine to have an evergreen format where everybody's like available for play, but maybe during like comp season, like if you're going to like a battle hardened, X heroes are banned because they've won previous battle hardens or previous pro quests or whatever. I think it'll be something that I hope to at least see change, because even if that's something, I mean, I kid you not, Commoner would be completely fucking different if like Oldham and Ira left for like a year.
Yeah,
it'd be insane. I guess like Decimator Warrior 2 probably leaves. If those three leave, it's different.
I think if we see a thing on like this, I think what we should see is a conquest format become kind of the norm.
I would love that.
And I think a conquest format is the best type of format.
Lost my camera.
Doesn't like you.
I lost my camera. Okay, well, whatever.
Anyways, well, that's a good way to end it.
That's a good way to end it.
No camera.
No camera. Still here, still hanging out. But yeah, I mean, it's been absolutely like insane to do this here. We're gonna be flipped for a second here. But I'm just super excited that we get to play a format that we get to do, and it's a somewhat of a successor of what we hoped Clash to be, and
yeah,
that's kind of what we expected. I mean, when we started all that, so
yeah, no, I'm glad. This a few times. I'll say this more publicly. I'm glad that they didn't, as much as I love Clash. There's actually still some communities out there that I've spoken with that are like, yeah, we like Clash better still. We're gonna keep doing this. Like, cool,
right?
Which they were asking for a kind of a last ban for Clash. So we probably need to meet up and say, hey,
probably get to work.
Here's our final push out. Here's it for the communities that want to do Clash. But I like the fact that they didn't do that, just because it would make it more expensive. And I love the fact that this is a budget-friendly, competitive format.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be good. I'm very, very excited. I'm excited to jam games with you at Worlds. It's going to be super sick. I'm going to bring my battle box. I'm just be
Cool.
hanging out with everybody. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it will be. I'm excited on that. Well, thank you, Alex.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Of course. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk later. All right.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Bye. All right, everybody. You're stuck here with me now. We're not gone yet. Let me turn on my camera. Hopefully, if it works. I don't know why my camera decided to wait until literally the last second to stop working. There we go. Hi, it's me. Hello, I'm back. Let me move you over here so we can just kind of chit chat. So yeah, that was, if you did not know, that is Nathan of Bold Brew Games, also known as the Clash guy. That is essentially, him, and I joined the committee first when he started making the committee for Clash, and that was just like a ton of fun to get to do that. And I think that at the end of the day, especially when it comes to Clash, it's not something that you can't play. Obviously, you can still play Clash, but we enjoy seeing the successor of it in Silver Age, and it being something that is heavily pushed, especially at a competitive level, because that really does mean a lot to allow for what we wanted it to be overall, was a space for players to get into Flesh and Blood at that level. So, oh, what's that? Yeah, I got food. Let's go. Hey, Mike. How are you? Never left. Oh, Lauren says you suck, Mike.
No, I said.
She says you suck.
No, you said the sandwich might suck.
Oh, the sandwich might suck? The sandwich couldn't suck.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's what that I said it. That's what I said. He's not wrong. He's like, well, he's like, wow. Wow. Oh, great. It's just a little tough, but it's fine. Nice. Dinner. That's what she said. Ow. This is so hot. Where the hell did my cat go? Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. I burned my mouth. It's hot. Hold on. I have to let my cat out. Give me a sec. I was trying to leave. Trying to leave. Trying to leave, bud. I'm trying to leave. No. Right here, then. Forever. You're stuck in here with me. But anywho, yeah. So that's our initial talks with Clash. That was it's great getting to hang out with Nathan and talk shop and do all that jazz, because with us being on the committee for Clash, this is something we eventually wanted to see happen. That Imagine tuning into a live stream and it's just some dude eating on the camera. Okay. Or at least you're not hearing me chew in your ear. That's cringe. Every time I look over here, by the way, I'm looking to see if my cat's at the... There he is. But what are you doing? Did you come in here to hang out? You just like didn't realize that you're going to be stuck in here? Yeah. You know, you got to say hi to the camera now, right? You got to say hi. Say hi, bub. Say hi. You see he waved. Say hi. Hi. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Big stretching. But yeah, I think I definitely think it's interesting with Sage's changes. The one thing I think we're just waiting on now is hero legality stuff. Just kind of determining what hero legality means for Silver Age. But yeah. What are you doing, bud? You're sitting on me like crazy awkward right now. Can you just like hang out? Can you just hang out? So, what's everybody been building in Sage? I know I had that video come out not too long ago about Contract Arachne. Bobbers, I am streaming right now, little man. Yeah. Do not bite me. Do not bite me. You chose to be here. You chose to be here, little boy. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. I think it's the first time I've had like a live guest on the channel, so that's kind of cool that that was happening. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Hopefully it was a fun time. I do know that Nathan and I are going to be at Worlds, probably going to be jamming a lot of Silver Age. I am wondering whether or not... I didn't even think about it until just now, obviously, but I'm curious on what the hero legality question is going to be regarding how my A to Z games are going to be, because it might be not that at all. It might just be something else. So I'd be curious. Lexi says I don't aim for them. There you go. Lexi's pretty fun. You can play Snapshot Lexi. The Brute Bruin. Oh my gosh. Is Buck Wild as crazy as I think it is? It's got to be, right? There's just no way it's not. Because I think Rhinar is insane. I think Rhinar is insane. I genuinely think Rhinar is going to be... What are you doing, bud? I think Rhinar is probably going to be, as we mentioned there on the in our conversation. I do think Rhinar is going to be one of the best decks in the format. especially with the new cards that are coming out in the Armory deck. Smell Fear, I believe, is one of them. Like double Intimidate triggers is crazy. Because what is it? It's beat chest if you've intimidated twice. Beat chest again? Is that what it said? Let's just take a look here. Let's just take a peek. Let's take a look-see. This is stats, spoilers, Armory deck, Rhinar. They don't have it up. Dang it. Shoot. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Things are going well over here. Things are going well. We have a new format that I've been championing for a little while here, and we're getting more and more people into the game for an incredible budget. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And I hope all is well on your end as well. Hopefully Magic's treating you good. Hold on, this is Dex cards. Smell Fear. It's not going to be on here. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. You know, I wonder if they're on the Discord. Yeah, maybe. Let's see here. Discord. Spoiler discussion. Nope, spoilers. Come on. Load up. Load up Discord. There we go. Yeah. Open link. There we go. So Bear Swing and Smell Fear are the two here. Yeah. Beat Chest. If you've beaten Chest this turn, Intimidate. Your next Brute attack this turn gets, if you've intimidated 2 or more times, it'll get +3 at the yellow. So Tough Nut and RKO are the only ones I'm struggling with. Tough Nut really got hit with the Smash Up. Yeah, true. Yeah, Smash Up being gone definitely hurts Tough Nut's game. RKO, I think, is also just like not able to be played right now. You don't have a lot of defensive options to keep your life total up, and because you don't, like without Sigil of Solace, the deck just does not seem to like convert well. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I haven't done a lot of like deeper testing yet. But Bear Swing and Smell Fear are the 2 cards for Brute in general, right? But mostly probably for Rhinar that are going to be in there. So you could play Bonebreaker Bellow, pitch, or discard a 6, Smell Fear. You've already beaten Chest, so you Intimidate again, and then if you've intimidated 2 more times this turn, it gets +3. And then you can Barraging Beatdown for 4. Or for a red, and then you can intimidate another card out of your opponent's hand. That's triple intimidate, and then you can send what 4, 7 plus 5, 13 plus Bonebreaker Bellow, 18 on club. Like it's pretty good, and it blocks 3. So we like to see when cards block 3. So Rhinar main, I'm excited to get underwhelmed at the same time. Interesting. There you go. Dream 5-card hand is what? Barraging Beatdown, Bonebreaker, discard a 6, pitch a blue, Smell Fear, Claw. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's 18 points of life. Right? If you got the yellow. Because I think that's the thing that's going to make Rhinar a little bit more special in that regard, is that Rhinar's not going to care about the random discard. Rhinar is going to care about just getting a card. So Rhinar gets to choose which 6 they want to discard, and that's pretty good. So Beaten Trackers probably doesn't feel as good in there, but you're probably still playing Bear Fangs. So like, because like, why the hell would you not, right? So, but Smell Fear is crazy good. I think it's crazy fun. What is it, bub? What are you doing? You're stuck in here. Are you stuck in here? Did your mom bring you in here? Did your mom bring you in here? Okay, here. Let me help you. Help you leave so you can go. Say bye to everybody, though. Say bye. Hey, bye. They love you. Love you. Bye, everybody. We're gonna go to the other room. Wow. Okay. Get you out of here, bud. But yeah, I think Brute's going to be in a pretty good spot. Any opinions on flex strength in a beaten chess deck? I mean, it seems like it works, right? I mean, flex strength is just if it's got more than 6 power, it gets plus whatever. Yeah, if this says 6 or more power, it gets plus 3. So it costs 2. So the red's probably not terrible. The only downside is to miss. So if you draw this, right, and it's you need to be discarding a 6 for like Bonebreaker Bellow or whatever, you can't discard this. Because in this scenario, what I would much rather have is something like Pack Hunt. This just is better in general. And presents what, 1 point of damage difference, theoretically. So I think Pack Hunt's better. Because you have like at your floor, you have Send Club. At your ceiling, you have Flex Strength, right? But Pack Hunt's pretty good. Beast Mode's performed pretty okay so far. Beast Mode costs 3 though, right? Beast Mode. Yeah, 3. If you intimidate the string, it gets plus 2. Okay, so yeah, I think the reason I don't want to run Beast Mode all right, let's think about it, right? If it's barraging beatdown, Beast Mode. Well, it'd have to be like barraging beatdown, discard a mighty windup, pitch a blue in your hand to swing Beast Mode for 3 8s plus, let's assume it's 2 reds, 4. So it's 12 and another 4, 16. I guess, right? Well, because you have to beat chest. And the reason I think it's so important that so you beat chest, you're out of 6. And you don't draw a 6 when you discard, you just discard a 6. So you either beat chest. What is it? This in arsenal, a blue in hand, a 6 in hand, and a barraging beatdown, and a smell fear, right? I guess that tracks. So that's smell fear, beat chest, intimidate. No, it's barraging beatdown, beat chest, intimidate. So now you've intimidated twice. I guess you can do it in either form. Really, it doesn't really matter what area you're doing it in. Intimidate. But you don't intimidate when you send Beast Mode. But I guess you intimidate when you beat chest. You beat chest, that's a double intimidate. I don't know why I'm freaking out. I'm like, my math is so bad right now. Because it's double intimidate on 1 card, discarding a 6. Right? Because you're discarding a 6, you've beaten chest, your opponent banishes a card. Your opponent then banishes another card. You then play barraging beatdown. You then play Beast Mode. In which you can then go ahead and do like I guess theoretically you can do that with. Can you do that with all that? No, you need another card. Beast mode, a blue. Beast mode and arsenal. A red, a blue. Smell fear. And a barraging beatdown. So you'd still only be able to intimidate 3 times. And then you'd have to spend 3 to send beast mode. I mean, if you get 1 frostbite, your turn's just over, right? I guess the same goes for like club, right? But I don't know. I think the 3 cost curve is a little too much. I'd probably use the card to block more than anything else, but yeah. I think that's really the purpose of the deck, is to make sure club swings. Because you can use all of these pumps on club. And this also affects club. Smell Fear also gives pumps to club. Now, like taking a look at Bear Swing, right? This is also a beat chest. 3 for 7, block 3. When this attacks, if you beaten chest this turn and you don't control a chest equipment, this gets +2. So this is a 3-card 9 with Intimidate by itself. You need 1 card to pitch, a whole blue to pitch. You need to have beaten chest or need to beat chest, and then send it. Otherwise, it's just a breakpoint, which is like fine. So I don't know. It's interesting, but I do think that Sage is just like in such a fun spot. I definitely think that with Sage, we are expected to see some pretty insane aggression plays from players. I'm not sure how many we'll see. I mean, or how many like people will get into the format to do that, but we shall see. Andy. Ooh. I don't know that we'll see Acilio do anything good. Acilio doesn't have Lightning Greaves. Well, you can't gone in a flash your stuff and get your action point back if it isn't for Greaves. Like, sure, you can get go again, swing 4, play an instant, bounce it back, then play it. But you got a gold foil club? Ooh, I gotta get me a gold foil club. Gold foil clubs are cheap. Cheap. But I definitely think Rhinar is going to be very good. The reason I think Rhinar is going to be good is because of the Intimidate factor. I think stripping 3 cards from your opponent's hand, sending damage, and then they have the opportunity to send it back at you, right? They can just like not block, or they can block with their 1 card and then keep the remaining cards in their hand and then try to send more damage at you. But you probably have the upper hand at that point because you've sent 3/4 of their life total at them, which is just kind of really good. Are there any non-M brute D-reacts? I think so. Yeah, exactly. When Guardian is good, Rhinar is good. Yeah, that's what I gotta get. I gotta get this for $20. It's a pretty solid deal, I gotta say. But I would imagine there are class brute defense reaction. Nope, there's not. Just kidding. There's not. Thought there was. There is not. Yeah, you got blocks. And you have clashes. But yeah, I think Rhino's going to be pretty good in the format. I'm excited to get to him. Is asking for trouble actually good in Sage? For trouble? When this defends, create a vigor token under the attacking hero's control? No. Well, if you're playing like a fatigue hero and you're up against Ira, like probably. That's not terrible. I think you can play Test of Might. Test of Might and Test of Agility are probably your best bets for like blocking, just because it's block 4, get a token, right? Yeah. Asking for trouble is probably the only thing. And again, like asking for trouble, the only thing it does is it says Ira doesn't get to pitch a blue to swing Kadachi, right? If they have one card in their hand and it's a blue, they can't pitch it to attack with the Kadachi. So I don't know. It's an interesting take. I am curious though on whether or not it is if there's anything that's going to stop Brute. I guess like hand disruption probably stops Brute a lot. So again, I do really think that like new, maybe Assassin will probably be pretty good into Rhinar. Yeah, very interesting. I don't know. I think full Intimidate package is probably going to do the best. You also, of course, have KO from heavy hitters. That'll probably do some pretty good damage there. Password, exactly, yeah. I mean, Frost is going to do that for sure. What else? I don't think Dromai is going to be good, especially since Guardian and Brute are going to be good. But she might be. I mean, again, it's going to be a deck I'm building anyway. I already have it built. Nothing has changed from my list. So we'll be playing Dromai for sure. Out of the Assassins, I think New is going to be the best because New has access to the Mystic talent and also freaking the best like assassin pieces of equipment in Flesh and Blood with the arousing wave and whatever. Best solutions might ironically be Enigma. I'd believe it. I mean, I think Cosmo's pretty good. I think having astral etchings in the format's pretty good. You have, I mean, Jesus Christ, what other like really good cards are there? See, Illusionist, rarity rare. You can play. So you can play astral etchings. You can play your Essence of Ancestries, which is pretty good into like Briar, for example. We also have, I mean, you can play Pierce Reality, right, to pump that stuff up if you're trying to like send actual big damage. But it's not like a bad thing to do. It's not terrible. Could also haze bending. Pretty good. I don't know. It's fun. I think it'll do something. I think really it's depending on whether or not the mystic talent's gonna be interesting. Mystic talent, you get like a pretty good D-react with Big Blue Sky. +1 for each blue card you pitch this turn. This is just a 0 for D-react that you get to transcend off. What do you think of the current ban list? I think the ban list is fine. I wish that they banned Pummel, but I guess I understand why they don't, because if you need to have like a gain tempo back turn, and if your opponent's gonna like block 6 on your 6 power attack, you can just pummel it. But I think it's fine for what it is right now. I'm almost certain there will be changes to the format or to the meta as we go on, but who knows, right? It could be anything. But yeah, so it's kind of that. What the hell were we doing? What were we doing? We're kind of done chit-chatting now. I think we're just about towards the end of the stream here. Now that we've kind of finished up our chat with Nathan, and we're gonna get to go ahead and just probably go to bed. It's a little early for bed, but probably get some other recording done. For those of you who did not see it, I do have a new video out on the channel. We have started the the Silver Age A to Z video series. So I hope to have a video out every like couple of days for Silver Age for A to Z. So let's see. We'll see how that works out. But you know, it depends on how busy I am. Obviously, Worlds is coming up, so I have a lot to do with that. I have a lot to build still. And then I have to make some slight changes to some decks. I have to make new decks. Try out some other things. I'll probably just try out like one of every hero kind of deal. See how that all works. Do I think Zen works in Sage? Of course. I don't see why Zen wouldn't work in Sage. I mean, it's still tutor to go get whatever the hell you want, right? Like, that's pretty good. I don't see that there's a world in which that's bad. Especially with Essence of Ancestry body existing, right? You can still send a Flex Clause, send an Ancestry, send a pitch a blue to send Kakara, to then send a Tiger for 1, to then send something that costs 1, Gravekeeping or some shit. I don't know. Like, you can send some more damage, and so that would be like 4 on 3 on 2 on 1 on 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 7, 10, 15. Yeah, absolutely. I think Enigma's going to have a good spot for sure. But yeah, I mentioned so we do have that A to Z series. So feel free to go ahead and check that out. I hope to have new things coming out for that pretty soon. So that will be a fun thing to do there. I'm going to work on a ton of stuff. I'm going to do some CC things as well. I think I might try and do some YouTube shorts with, I don't know. I wanted to do something that seemed like really easy to do. I could very well do pack opening, kind of like how DM Armada's doing, but I'd probably rather just do like armory reports. I feel like that would be more fun to do as a project, to talk about armory. I also have the concept of like I want to do like a top 10 cards that are top 10 cards for like the week. So maybe I do an armory recap for Monday, and then I do a top 10 cards of the week on Friday, and get 2 shorts out a week. That might be pretty good. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do so. It certainly helps out the channel a lot. We are moving on closer to 3,000 subscribers, so that's pretty stinking cool. We're currently at 2.72, so we should be at what are we at currently? What's our actual number here? Share this with all y'all. 2,723 subscribers. So we need 217 more subscribers. No, 277 subscribers. Yes. 277 subscribers. So if you know 277 people, go ahead and bring them on over this way if they are not big into Flesh and Blood yet. I hope to kind of be the premier channel for Silver Age and get some actual live gameplay up here pretty soon, hopefully. So we'll continue with that as we go further down the rabbit hole here. But I hope you enjoyed today's little chit chat and talk of, Sage and having that conversation and doing more of that. And also, of course, if you want to see other people on the channel to kind of talk a little bit about Sage, let me know. I've got a couple folks that have been kind of waiting in line effectively to pop onto the channel and do a little discussion with me. So I am really excited to be working with a lot of these creators and a lot of these other people to just have good discussion. I think that's really what it's about. So thank you all so much. I hope you continue to enjoy what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? I hope you continue to have fun in the Flesh and Blood. That's what I say. Oh, it's been a day. And I'll see you all very soon. So thank you so much for watching, and take care. Enjoy Silver Age. Let me know how you feel about the format. Bye, everybody.